So you're inside a no smoking area. You're supposed to
What, smoke?
smoke a light up as well.
The next show, when we're by the beach.
Because
We
I
can do
it.
another one.
I can do it. I walk around
So we're
and
gonna,
smoke.
yeah, we're gonna zoom in on this. You want to smoke first?
It's all right.
We're zooming on this first.
I already smoked before.
It's gonna be like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
3 minutes. I'm gonna check my unit first, make sure it's running. Then we'll start it off. But right now it's live. Right now it's shooting onto this magazine article
Right.
of you, so they can hear everything that we're saying right now, just to warm it up. But let me check. I just have to do my sound check first.
There's no person in this planet that's perfect. So if I made a mistake in my words, I didn't make a mistake. I wasn't intending to make no mistake in the first place.
No worries.
Speaking for the moment.
Yep.
So no plan.
No filter, man. That's how we do it.
It all was natural. When people are offended by that, life is life.
If somebody's offended by that, then that's
The sun will come up tomorrow, guaranteed.
that's their problem. Let me just check my sound and I'll be live.
That was my first time to experience this.
Yeah, it's all live. So right now, if you had data on your phone, that's what I'm going to check here, is I'm going to check our live stream first before we actually start talking, just to make everything. So if you get up and you look, you can get up and look, and that's what it's that's what's transmitting right now. You see what's transmitting?
Yeah.
See my hand? But
The one and only.
we don't want to start this conversation and my sound's not working. That's what we don't want. So that's why I'm going to check the sound first. That's what I usually do. Yeah, it was pretty packed at the mall. There was a lot of people there listening to all the stuff.
And then after the election, they're all complaining because hey, Lana, he didn't do what he said he was going to do for us. Lana, now he don't know us. Typical election comments. Welcome back to Guam.
This is interrupted.
Oh wow, your wife got good memory.
Right?
Yeah, that's a long time. That's in the 90s.
Yeah. We know.
Well, I forgot what class. Because I'm crazy and all over.
Well, she said you're a very good guy, so congratulations. And our sound is working. So we are online. You ready to do this?
I'm ready whenever you are. You know, I'm ready, Freddie.
Let me start it off. All right. Let's make sure I'm in the camera first. We'll go ahead and start. It's cool, there's about an 8-second delay in how this works. So I just turned the camera towards myself. So I'm just waiting for it to come on my side. Then once that's ready, then I'll go right to you, buddy.
And then we'll be here again in another 8 seconds.
Exactly. We don't have to wait 8 seconds. Let me just switch the camera a little more.
What's your time limit on this? Your time frame? 30 minutes, an hour, or is it open?
We can go maybe like an hour, maybe longer if you want. It's okay.
Because it's essentially open. How's the volume? Does it pick it up?
Yeah, so I just checked, that's why I'm wearing these. So I'm checking the volume through the camera. So how this works is as you can see. So the streaming's coming through. I'm listening to the sound, making sure we can hear you. And I see now this is 8 seconds earlier. Now I'm just adjusting the camera to make sure that they see me. See how that is? Because I've done some shows in the past where the volume wasn't working. I did like an hour. And there's no voice.
Yeah,
it's like, holy shit, we just did this whole thing without.
Yeah, I did that on the cell phone.
Yeah, but we're good to go. We're going to go ahead and start. Once again, thank you everybody for coming to Howard Experience Show, streaming live from Guam, USA. My name is James Howard, and we are here in downtown Agana. I'm here with Howard Hemsing, the man, the myth, the legend, and we're kind of looking at his magazine here. It says Guam, and he's surrounded by a bunch of, it looks like bushes, maybe trees. Just joking, that's a lot of marijuana there that you're surrounded by, right?
Herb, yeah.
Herb, cannabis, and those are one of the topics we're going to talk about today. Earlier, I was at the Micronesian Mall checking out the candidates one-on-one. Got some good footage down there. Spoke to a number of candidates. Also spoke to a anti-pot advocate, which you can look at later. Got some feedback from that side of the coin, which is okay. You know, everybody doesn't have to like cannabis. That's fine. But today with Howard, he's going to talk about some of the benefits of cannabis and kind of what he's been up against all these years, as well as his insight on the 2018 elections and whatever else he wants to talk about, because he's the legend, he's the man, no filter today. And without further ado, I'm going to turn the camera to him and let him do his thing. Here we go, folks. And once again, welcome to Howard Experience Show.
Of the day, England, RSA. And he said USA, I say RSA. Republic of the Sinahi Archipelago. Why not? An independent nation, every citizen can grow marijuana. Even right now, people here in Guam,
Yeah.
they can grow marijuana. Only natives though, only with native bloodline. Why? I set the precedent for it. Because my grounds when I fought the law, when they told me to plead guilty, so I can get a 5-year probation, I said, no, I'm pleading not guilty. They go, if you plead not guilty and you go to trial, they might sentence you to the maximum of 20 years. I go, I'm not going to jail at all. No way.
You're good.
So I didn't go, I fought that. I fought it by protesting. I utilized culture
Yeah.
to protest. And when I got out of the courtroom, I went to my vehicle, got my bullhorn, and started opening my mouth. And I said everything I wanted to say for more than 3 years. Because it took 3 years for the court to finally give me dismissed with prejudice without a trial. It's just a group of judges getting together, deciding on my case. It was dismissed with prejudice, meaning they can't touch me no more. And my stand was, I'm not a U.S. citizen. Therefore, the laws you're trying to enforce down my throat does not apply to me.
Nice.
I am a native of this island. I have indigenous heritage. I stand on indigenous and ancestral rights. For the U.S. has never honored any of the treaties that they included Guam into. So since they did not honor any treaty, I do not honor them. I don't believe in USA. I fought the law because I'm not a citizen. Why must I obey laws that I have no rights to? Plus, I was raised by elders. And they always taught me that if you're going to do something, why do you need to hide it or be ashamed? If it's that way, then stop doing what you're doing. Because if you get caught, Then there's that mamalo in the culture.
Yeah.
You shame. You put shame. Yeah? You put yourself to shame. So it is not. You need to think about that. I was never one to fight. Even the narcs in the past, in the 70s, they knew what Thai sticks, Taigo, Gunji, you know. That was my days. That was my trip. Heroin was, acid was here, heroin.
Heroin was the 70s, right?
Yeah, 60s and 70s.
70s.
It came in the 70s, but it was here already.
Vietnam, right?
Yeah, out of Vietnam.
Yeah.
By the duffel bag coming in at the airport, no customs.
Duffel bag.
No customs. Up at the airport, up at Anderson. Duffel bags full. They just walk right out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a friend at the airport.
Yeah.
R&R, Thailand, go get me this. Nothing. We got it all.
This was like 20 years ago, right?
90, that's the 70s.
Okay,
man.
good. That means the statutes of
Yeah, that's
limitations are
early
already done.
70s. It's like 1970, 71.
Okay.
And I've been smoking weed since 1968.
Nice.
I did a report in my American civics class.
Yeah.
You know, civics history in the ninth grade.
And your American civics class was UOG?
No, this is ninth grade.
Okay, okay.
So that was my first ever report,
Nice.
where it's graded, got to reference it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where I learned how to reply with that. Don't believe a word it said.
Yeah.
Reference, go find out how I'm lying.
You started thinking versus
Yeah,
just...
because I was taught that I started in ninth grade. So my first report was on drugs.
Nice.
So when the teacher, well, once I was done with my report, the teacher goes, who in this class will be the first person to try marijuana?
And you raised your hand and said, I'd like to talk about heroin, ma'am.
No. I was never, heroin was addictive. See, you want control.
Yeah.
You want to use anything in life. You can use anything in life.
Yeah.
Alcohol. Alcohol is legal, right?
It's not
But it
good for
destroys you.
It destroys
It kills you.
Yeah, it does.
Right? Because why? Excess.
Yeah,
Right? You let it become the boss.
yeah.
But if you control, you're still the boss. It's up to you.
Yeah.
You're a man. You're a man already. Your brain, you know what you're doing.
Yes.
If you allow it to control you, that's where you just,
That's on you.
it's all on you.
That's your bad.
Yeah, there's no one to blame. Only you.
But people like to do that.
Yeah, I know.
People like to blame other people for...
Because they have no confidence in themselves in the first
There
place.
you go. How do you gain confidence?
You gotta be raised up on it. Me, I almost lost mine. It was just my grandparents. I was raised by elders.
Yeah.
Agani Heights, Afami, and Melissa. So I'm from all three villages.
From all three sides of the island, north, central,
Afami and Agani Heights is
south.
central.
Yeah,
Just Sinahanya in between.
yeah. Okay.
No. And then Melissa.
Down
Yeah.
south.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I was from all three
Speak
villages.
tomorrow? Can you speak tomorrow? Can you speak tomorrow?
No, I don't speak Chamorro.
But
I
you're very
speak
long
I
name.
speak native language,
You're
not
very long
Chamorro.
name, long.
I'm not Chamorro. I am a Tautamo man. Lahu Tautamo na Tautamo. Mungao mo pa mo Chamorro. Even here in Guam, the word Chamorro.
Yeah.
That's a Spanish word. When I found out it's a Spanish word, and then I had an English teacher, a Spanish teacher at St. John's, confirmed, because she had the dictionary,
Yeah.
Chamorro, the hind leg of an animal.
The hind leg of an animal? Whoa.
So, from the heart,
Is that, do you concur? Do you agree with that?
it's a Spanish word. That's what it means.
She doesn't agree with you.
It doesn't matter. It's a Spanish word. That's what it means.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Why
whoever-
would they call a
Well, there's
person
two-
that?
Huh?
Why would they call a person a tomorrow if that's so you're describing the word is a
It's
is
a foreigner's
piece-
word.
It's a foreigner's word, but the word is a piece of
It's the hind leg of an
Is
of
a
an
hind leg?
animal.
Why would they call us that?
Because when the Spanish first came here, when they saw the arms of the natives, like that.
Okay. They
Right?
were so
They say-
big.
In Spanish, though, they're saying Somoru Waka. Cow, Waka, Somoru, the hind leg. But that's how big. And
Okay.
we're all solid. It's
Thick.
not fat.
Yeah, yeah.
Mind you, it's solid.
Yeah.
Solid body. Right? That's how big we were. That's how strong we are. We were the strongest people on this planet. We had this is all proven already. Yeah, I forgot the name of that bone in the back of your neck. We had the highest. The second highest in the world was from Alaska.
Really? Oh,
Ours is
I don't
like
know
that.
any of this. I'm learning this today.
It's already been confirmed.
Wow, nice.
From the professor was from here.
Is this in the Smithsonian Museum of Science?
It's already been proved.
Wow,
Proved and backed up and everything.
excellent.
The-
That's funny that people don't talk about this.
Oh, people don't
Like
talk
they should.
about a lot of things because why not? They only do it when they're getting paid. It's not in their heart. They didn't go for their degree from their heart. They went for the degree
For their money.
for the money, the status. They're not in there from the heart. Me, I like the heart. I like knowledge. That's why I know a lot about different things.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I wanted to learn. That's why even at university, oh, you're that Mr. Hall. What? Huh? Yeah, we heard about you. You are him. You know, they told us, watch out for him.
You know what Guam should do? We should make a T-shirt with your likeness, like a brand,
Yeah. Somebody
think-
might do it. I doubt that.
kind of like
you know.
foci,
Yeah,
but instead
yeah.
of foci, it would be
The fokai actually is fukai.
yeah.
It's Japanese.
But what I'm saying is
Yeah, I
you
know.
kinda-
I understand.
You kind of know Guam is Ladystone.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know foci,
Yeah.
and now
Yeah.
we know you. What do you
Yeah.
think? You wanna make this happen, you and I?
I got no money to do it. If I had the money, I do it. I have my own design. It says Ongan RSA
No shit.
with the buds.
Yes,
It's legal.
it's legal.
Only for citizens.
Only for nuts.
Only citizens can grow.
Yeah,
It's legal for anybody else to smoke.
yeah.
But the only people that can grow marijuana legally without fear of any repercussions from any law whatsoever is the natives, the citizens of this island.
Nice.
Because why not? Go to their country. Go and try what they're doing here. Same thing. But over there, their law.
Yeah.
Over here, it's a foreigner's law. That's why I won my court case also. Foreigners law. Why? But my shaming them.
Yeah.
Powerful weapon we have if you got the guts to stand. Because how many fuck people I get and go get a job and stop what you're doing. You know? I get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Protesting, even in front of the courtrooms. Even the lawyer was asking me to stop. That's when I did my first life with him. I said, okay. Then the next time I got out of the courtroom, I went right back to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not? White people taught me how to lie. I didn't know lying.
Yeah.
I learned it. It was a taught thing to me.
It's a tactic, strategy.
But you know, you can strategize, and I strategize just being very honest. I used to bring in panini, fruit bags,
Yeah.
sell it.
Yeah.
All honesty, didn't lie to nobody. And I was also the cheapest. They said, well, why don't you bring marijuana in? I go, I mean, those days, I was a chamorro. I was a U.S. citizen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went with the law. I
Yeah.
followed the law.
Yeah.
Then when I started restudying, going back to school, then I said, what the fuck? So something's wrong with this. We have to protest for this. We have to protest for that. We have to go to America to ask to do something here. And yet not one of us is a U.S. citizen according to that Constitution. And if you read the Organic Act, It says the direct supervisor for the government here, the governor,
It's Congress.
the court, and the legislature is the Department of Interior. But be obedient to the sovereign laws of the United States. So when those senators, governors, and judges, their first day in office, they conduct their very first lie. So all of them are a bunch of liars, which makes them a puppet government of the United States of America. Why? They get the priest, the bishop, they put the Bible. I swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. Where is it? Where's your rights? I mean, are we that blind? Do we really allow ourselves, because we have no confidence, and then we put down someone like me that stands up?
Yeah.
Why do that is? And then you turn around, you call yourself proud tomorrow, and you demand respect. How are you gonna get respect? You don't own your island. I'm promoting us owning our island. Oh, what's wrong with that? Why do you hate me? Why do you avoid me? Why all of this? I'm legal in marijuana. First one on Guam. The only one still on Guam. How can I manufacture marijuana? I must be. Because it comes from seed. So how come I wasn't arrested for my coconut trees, my butternut trees, you know, the plants like pepper trees? How come I'm not arrested for that? Because it comes from a seed. This is the words I was saying out. And I said it both in English and in my native language. Because why not?
Yeah.
Utilize your resources. I'm educated. I'm a educated, proud, uncivilized savage. I am insane, incompetent, according to the court.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I am. It's on the court. It's on the paper, black and white.
Oh, that's what it says.
Insane and incompetent.
Oh, okay.
So here's the moral question there of common sense, honesty, and truth. You're an educated man, James. Are you a U.S. citizen? True blue, 100% bona fide, with all the rights entitled to that citizen under the Constitution of the United States here in Guam?
Am I a U.S. citizen? According to what we just talked about.
Here in Guam.
Here on Guam.
We're not in California.
I'm not a full U.S. citizen, of course not.
It's either yes or no. Just like
No.
the court, right?
Yeah, no.
Yes or no. There's no maybes in the courtroom.
Yeah, there's no maybe. It's either yes or no. I don't have the full rights that I would if I was in California as a U.S. citizen,
Right.
because I stay in Guam.
Yeah.
So there's some rights.
Unless you take absentee ballot.
Yeah,
vote.
they're not privy to me as a citizen, not in the military, but as a person
But living
living
here
in
in
a
Guam.
trust territory like Puerto Rico or U.S. Virgin Islands.
Isn't that funny too? Puerto Rico
Yeah.
and Saipan, both with the title Commonwealth. There's 8 other Commonwealths in the United States. Commonwealth, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, some more, right? But they all can vote for Congress, President, Vice President, and House of Representatives. Isn't that discrimination? Isn't that against the Constitution of the United States of America?
Yeah.
So how come they're discriminated against?
So easy.
Now,
Money.
marijuana. Saipan is now the House of Representatives
Can we give a
passed.
clap to Saipan, by the way?
Oh no, when I knew about that. But I've always been saying go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. But under Republic of the Sinai Archipelago, it's already do it.
Yeah, it's already, they've been doing it.
Yeah,
Since ever.
just do it.
Yeah.
Because now, as a citizen, because of your native blood, now anybody else that wants to be citizens here, who have been here for so long, because we understand,
Yeah.
you fell in love with the place, there's no place else to go. Very simple. You can be granted citizenship just like that faster if you get a indigenous to
Indig-
sponsor you.
In CNMI?
That's what my promotion for independence is.
Okay, for Guam.
for all of us. Because
Okay.
mine is unity.
So
Guam,
you-
Luta, Saipan as one again.
So you want to, so this is kind of your vision.
Republic of the Sinoy
Republic.
Archipelago.
Okay, how about? Because I was talking to, I don't know if you saw my other show with Shannon Seguenza.
I don't even know how to get into your show.
Just watch Facebook. Anyways, we were talking about the same, almost the same thing, but we wanted to incorporate also Micronesia, and
Micronesia won't. But
All
we
together.
can cooperate with each other
Yeah.
as an independent nation.
as an island
Yes.
power.
Right. No, we can do that. Under our
country.
military, we can have a navy. That's all we need is a navy.
Yeah.
Because we're surrounded by water with at least 2 aircraft carriers.
We're gonna get, I don't know.
Or even one.
What?
Can get it for
Do you
free.
even need military?
We don't need, I don't promote military in Guam. I'm Yankee go home. I'm against military build up here. I want them out. We don't need military at all. What they're gonna do when the war's gonna happen, they're gonna abandon this island again?
Exactly.
Like they did?
I was thinking more promoting our culture as an island community, everybody,
You know,
and being sustainable.
I'm always talking on the radio.
Yeah.
And people, when I say this is not our land, we don't have land here. And other activist people are out there to, they reply back on those, on talk show that I should stop saying what I'm saying because
Why?
this is our island. They were very, very simple to make me stop what I'm saying. Can you show me one law that protects the culture? When we talk about culture on this island, we got nothing. Our worst enemy is ourselves. Colonization. I promote that to be taught in schools. The effects of colonization. Because me, I grew up in the era where I was punished for speaking my language in school. I was fined monetarily. I was abused physically.
Ridiculed.
Aganya Heights Elementary.
Yeah.
I was abused physically. Mentally. I was spanked almost every day in school. I was put to pick trash with my teeth in
Big
recess,
trash with your teeth
like a dog.
because you weren't speaking English,
I was speaking my language.
and they made you pick up trash with your teeth. Because
Part
of
of
that?
their punishment.
Wow.
Today, instead of getting punished like that, they send you to the principal because you won't do the Pledge of Allegiance. See, psychological effects of colonization here?
Indoctrination. I believe that's what that's
Right.
called.
But I call it psychological effects.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
go see the shrink.
Oh yeah, of course.
Pay money now. Again. Pay money.
Yeah, money, money, money.
Well, the end justifies the means.
Yeah,
I can kill you, make my millions. The end justifies my means.
exactly.
That's the white man. That's their teachings. Us here in our islands, what islands? We don't own it. I promote we own it. If I had the money, I want to buy land that I can grow hemp and export that.
What would you call it?
Hemp.
Would you have it? in
I'll
Your,
be-
would you have a name to it? Some
I
kind of
don't
brand?
know. I don't know. Maybe, but it'll have the word in their hemp factory or hemp growth or something.
So
like
hemp,
that.
hemp for industrial, like rope
Yeah, hemp.
and oils.
Constitution paper.
Okay, paper. Okay.
Constitution of the United States.
Gotcha.
Hemp paper.
Gotcha.
But I'll be exporting it. What I want to know, but I'm not good in this modern tech.
Yeah.
I want to contact close by manufacturers who imports.
Yeah.
See if they have their own boat.
Okay.
So then
Like
if
how
they
it
can
works.
come here, then I can just direct.
Yeah.
I don't need to worry about the shipment at all whatsoever.
Okay.
So they'll come here straight.
So you want to do like a made in Guam?
Hey, I'm legal.
You're legal.
No, not made in Guam, grown in Guam.
Grown in Guam.
Then exported.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
Because there's no factories here.
Uh-huh.
So, gotta export it, right? So if I can find a company that can come in with their ownership and collect, perfect. Perfect
Very good.
business transaction.
Okay.
Everybody's happy. Now, because I'm legal, If I had the financial backup, I would open me a bar restaurant there where you can come in, order your drink, order your tea, order your food, your salad, served with so you consume marijuana.
Yeah.
Because it's a health thing. Marijuana is actually far better for you, health-wise, to eat than it is to smoke.
Of course. Yeah.
It is beneficial for you, health-wise. That's health, right? Grow Group. When they first had their meeting, I attended one,
Uh-huh.
and I informed them that I am legal. And I like what they're doing, but I know government of law. I don't know when it's gonna happen. But in the meantime, I have it. I can provide. Yet, I've never experienced anybody coming to me. So what are you really promoting? When those people need it, how come you're not allowing the suppliers to be known? If you know any other suppliers besides me, all right. But native donor, native people, share that information so that way we can make some money. We're not stealing. We're not lying. What's wrong with us?
You're trying to make money.
Yeah.
You're a farmer.
Right. So, I'll tell you this about hash oil. It works.
Yeah.
For pain wise too. It's a painkiller.
Painkiller.
Yeah. Because when I was 19, 20, back in 1972, I was 19. But at that time, maybe I was turning a little bit. It was October.
Yeah.
Right? I've never seen a gas stove. Watch it for the first time. So we're cooking on top and we're thinking it's already cooking in the bottom of the oven. Dude, when I stood right in front of that stove, that oven just exploded right there in front of me.
Well,
And I thought I died. I thought, wow, I said, wow. You know, it got me. You know, I'm human. It got me. You know, but, like for one whole month, the walking on this, no money, no insurance. Yes, I was working, but they didn't have medical thing, you know. So I'm walking like that for a month. But it started easing off after a month. But no painkiller, no nothing, no doctor. Surviving through it.
yeah, yeah.
So about 2-3 months back, it came back. I have hash oil. I make my own. And then it took care of my pain. Then I was sick for about another month, and I couldn't even eat for 2 weeks because I only have one kidney.
Wow.
So all the things I've done, all that alcohol drinking, all that carrying of the ephod out of the jungle by myself, picking the meat by myself, the puya, all the things I've done, and getting drunk until I go to sleep and not drive and sleep in my car, I feel like the cup in those days.
Yeah.
It affects me now.
Oh, yeah. I bet.
So I was out.
Was that beer or liquor?
Huh?
Beer or liquor?
Well, it was liquor before, and then I switched to beer.
Okay.
But even the beer, I drank for free in the bars I went to.
At your highest, at your most drinking, how much beer did you drink in one day to get you
12,
through?
13, 14.
14 beers.
And like from 6 o'clock in the evening to 2 o'clock in the morning, every open that day. And then I just go to the car and go sleep. I don't drive.
You don't drive, yeah.
I do not drive.
Well, I think after 14 beers,
Yeah, I know.
you can't see anything,
It's
right?
free. Yeah, it was free though.
I know it's free now, but you cannot see straight.
No, that's why I don't drive. Why not? You know, I know I'm not going to drive.
Yeah,
Where am I going to go?
yeah.
So,
yeah.
okay, it's free. 150. Then the next morning, I might have plans to go pick Pugwa.
Yeah.
Or go pick Ifit. And I'll go sweat all of that off.
And you had a headache.
Only in the morning.
Only in the morning.
Then when I went in the jungle, I got...
But you smoked a
It was
joint and
gone.
everything's felt good.
No, the joints only help me out to relax me.
Okay.
It doesn't take away headaches.
Okay.
It's relaxes.
Relaxer.
That's what marijuana does for me.
Yeah.
It relaxes me. And it helps me in my depression. Because of who I am, I've been ripped off so many times. So many times. I'm still in a 10-foot pit. Every time I try to get out, fall right back in.
Wow.
And I've always been doing by myself. All my money I've made, I've done it all by myself. I'll go pick food by myself. I'll sell it by myself. Eat it by myself. Bring in fish from Palau, bring in fanihi from different islands. Doing all of that.
So you're an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
farmer, activist,
No,
And
freedom
you-
fighter now.
Freedom
I graduated.
fighter.
I got a PhD, man.
wise man, as well
I'm a
as
chief.
rebel.
I am also the Mazalahi of my clan.
You're the megalite.
If
I
you
thought
talk,
Carl
when we
Gutierrez
talk
was
about
I thought Carl Gutierrez was the megalite.
Carl Gutierrez, not Magalahi,
That's what he's telling everybody on TV.
he's not the oldest.
He's not
And his mother's not the oldest. Culture, the oldest, like you. If your mother is the oldest, her mother was the oldest, and you are from that Matao clan, and you know who you are, you can tell who your Maga Haga. The real Maga Haga is the chief woman,
Yeah.
Maga Haga.
Okay.
She's the only one that has authority to tell a healer to do. She can scold the healer.
Nice.
Maga Haga is the only person that has that power.
And that power. Didn't know
There's
that.
your culture. So my grandmother, Jerry Girl, would tell you this. Carla's wife. She'll tell you. My grandmother, watch out. Here's Jerry Girl's house. Here's the healer's house. My house is here. This side is mine.
Yeah.
Jerry Girl, the healer. I'm always, Tongkat, na. One time when Tongkat, so ano yung tapunso? Which means, I'll be there pretty soon.
Yeah.
Tell her I'll be there.
I'll be right there.
Soon. Right? So, when Tongkat came, oh, she got scolded.
Wow.
My grandmother's me. She's the one that stopped the punishment being done to me in school because I spoke the language. It was my grandmother who said to me that night at the dinner table that you tell the school in the morning that the next time they punish you, I will come down with the frying pan. The frying pot, no?
Yeah.
The big one, and she's gonna hit them on the head with it.
So you're gonna protect him.
How dare you hit my boy and punish my boy for speaking the language?
Our language on our island.
Yeah. So, they stop.
Wow.
They stop. My grandmother is me. That's a Maga Haga. That's who you can tell who's a Maga Haga. She's the only woman in your clan that has the authority to tell a healer who she can see, who she cannot see. She can tell the people if they want to see her, they have to come to her first to get approval.
Nice.
That's the power of a Maga Haga. My grandmother was that. And I was raised by that.
Those are values that we've lost.
You know, we talk about respect.
Yeah.
Respect. A Chucky guy tells you off and you punch him, and he calls the cop, he's gonna get arrested.
But you these guys.
You, because you're the one that hit him. Go to his island. And you do the same thing he did here. Show him disrespect. And he hits you and you call the policeman. Guess who gets arrested now?
You do. Because you're on his island.
You have no respect. So if you want respect, own your island. Grow your marijuana. You're not a U.S. citizen. Why are you going to allow yourself to obey a foreigner's law in your native land? If you call yourself a couch mole, mind you now, you call yourself a couch mole, meaning you have blood heritage to this island. How can you be so proud? Can you teach me to be proud like that? Because if I was proud like that, I would not have stood up against the court and fought against that marijuana charge. Because I stood up and I fought, I'm the only person now in Guam legal. That's why when people talk about legalizing, I'm really legal.
You're already done.
I mean, what is there to talk about? You know, I did it already. You know, why are you so scared to follow? I mean, all you have to do is admit the truth.
Admit the truth. But I was reading one of your posts, and one of the people that sent you a message was they agreed with everything that you're saying, but a reason why a lot of people haven't taken that step to disavow the United States is because they're not in a position to take care of themselves.
It's all about money.
Yes.
It's all about money.
So that's kind of the feeling that I see why some people haven't.
That's why if I had the money to run for governor, I would have ran for governor.
So let's switch gears. So let's say that the election's coming up, and hypothetically,
People want to write me in.
yeah,
All of them.
all of them write you in.
Yeah. Then I'll be the governor. Within 4 years, we'll be independent.
You're the guy.
Within 4
What do
years.
you do with our island? What do you
Within
do
4
with our-
years, we will be independent.
What do you do first?
Education is top priority. Why? I want to hunt with sand against your hat.
So everybody's talking education. I believe with you.
But with my education, I do not promote this, okay? I promote this with a hand. What malamang ganay? Authority,
Yeah.
right? Get away with it, all of it.
Okay.
That's what I promote. One malamang. The humorous side. Because the serious side, we are doing it. Because we can. As governor, I can order and have things done. Because the U.S. has to leave this island for one reason. They never honored any of the treaties when Guam was included in it, like the decolonization. They never honored it. They honored it for Saipan, Palau, everybody. Except for Guam. So they did not honor it. They abandoned Guam in 1941. Reoccupied Guam. They never liberated Guam. Their intention was to kill everyone in Guam because the order was flattened the rock. So Guam was bombarded with over 400 tons of bombs for more than 17 days, 24/7. We still want these people as the master.
Yeah. But was that the policymakers, or were that the guys?
Those
who
are
ship-
our leaders that know that. They know that.
I think those are the guys in Washington D.C. that made that.
No. I'm just saying the continuation of it.
Okay.
We know it, right?
Yeah.
But because of money, we allowed that to become more important. Just like, it's very well, all the Constitution of the United States of America. On the Bible, they put their hand. Imagine that. On the Bible. You know what their excuse? It's symbolic. You know what's my reply? But doesn't it say on the Bible, thou shalt not lie? So, symbolic.
That's why you're raising your. I shall tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Where is it?
Yeah.
That's why I call them puppet government.
Maybe they're just lying to themselves.
Oh, no. They don't want to challenge it. Just like fishing rights. We won. But where is it?
Yeah.
Agriculture will not do it because it interferes with their grant writing and money. That's the only reason.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's people out there that can write grants.
I'm being. That's for their agriculture.
Okay, so education.
Education is top.
Then what's next?
Doing it.
Huh?
Doing it.
Executing the education plan. And would you stick to the education that we have now?
Changing it all.
Or would you change it to what?
Or modify it.
What would you modify it? What country would you think would
No,
work?
I'm just going to follow our culture. Our way.
Okay.
Because they start as kids.
Gotcha.
It's not hard to do. And plus, already it's being done.
A little bit.
No, it's already being done. All we have to do is put it and do it for ourselves.
you know,
wait. If they're doing it for America, they're not doing it for us. They're getting a paycheck to do it.
And that's
But
what
it's
I'm
being done.
That's what I'm
Being done.
expressing to you. Because if I had a choice for education, I'd actually take some educational best practices from like Japan, where
Oh, yeah,
their
from
kids,
around the world. That's
their
why it's a
kids
culture.
in their school, part of their day, guess what?
They
They
clean the school.
clean the school.
Yeah.
They help cook their
Yeah.
food,
Yeah.
and
I
they
know
help
that.
the community.
My wife was Japanese.
There you go.
I know about that.
And that's to start them young. You know what? You start at that age, by the time they get older, that respect is going to build. And
We
I
don't
would
have
like to
that
see
here. It's
those.
against the law.
It's against the law, but laws can be redid.
But whose law is it?
Law can be debated.
Whose law is it?
Understood.
See? Now, remember, I'm independence, right?
Yeah.
Why are we going to use a foreigner's law now? See, that's the mentality here. That's why that question is always asked.
Yeah.
Common sense tells you we're going to change it. Common sense.
Yeah.
See? Because we cannot have that. Look at the education here. Me, I'd rather educate you to your ability and let you learn some things too.
That you want.
Yeah.
That you know.
Because that increases your ability
Yeah.
and makes you even better. Me, this is how proud I am of who we are. This is my confidence level. As for my confidence in black touch. Our people. Even though we've been 3 different countries has tried to genocide us. That's why there's no more pure. We're so mixed in things. But we still have that connect to the island.
Yeah.
Some of us do. Okay, not all, some. Now, if you know who we are in history, you will know that, like I mentioned earlier, we were the strongest people in the world. We invented the second. I claim we invented the second for one reason and one reason only. It's the only ship in the world that requires no tacking and sailing. You understand the
Yeah.
principles of sailing?
I don't sail, but I understand
No,
what
but
you're saying.
my question was, do you understand the principles of sailing?
No, I don't.
Okay, principles of sailing is you sail with the wind.
Okay.
You're from point A to point B, you're going with the wind.
Okay.
You go straight. Now, to counter the wind, to go back to point A, you have to tack. It's zigzag, but they call it tack to get that. That's
where
what
your
you have to
sail
do.
flips.
You have to go like a Z.
Yeah. To get
Right?
back.
Right.
Yeah.
Sight, man.
Wow.
It's been written in history.
Yeah.
The hemp rope. The best hemp rope that was made out here in the Pacific during the exploration here of the whalers, the Russians, the British, the French. Wow.
We
Shown
had-
black and white.
Wow.
The airplane. The engineers. Read this in a book in the 70s. Aircraft engineers. About the first planes. Went straight down on a runway. Didn't lift. Never lifted. So they went back into history to find out who had any type of knowledge whatsoever with ability of flight.
Okay.
Now, the only people that was written out there of the ability of flight was with the canoe. How you'll go over waves, above the waves, for over 60 to 120 feet. At knots, over 29 knots.
Wow. This is a pro?
The segment,
The segment.
our invention.
So it would literally glide
And
then
trust and
Over
fly
the-
over the waves.
over the waves.
Over the waters.
Holy smokes. Where are those? How come we don't have any here?
The priest ordered immediate death of those people.
That made them.
Made them even to build the house, even finding on the boat. Anything connected whatsoever with it, the priest made an order to have them killed on sight.
So we have nobody that can make that anymore.
No, we're starting now. They're doing
Okay,
the rebirth now.
Okay, it's
we're
a
going
rebirth.
the rebirth.
Okay.
But
Are they making it out of hemp?
no, I know bro, you'll be arrested. You're a U.S. citizen. You know, who's gonna grow it?
Just
here?
checking. Just checking.
You're a U.S. citizen, just like Carlos. Yeah, you wanna buy marijuana? It goes, you're legal. I go, yeah, because I'm not U.S. citizen. You are.
Gotcha.
But we've known each other since we were little.
Yeah.
We recognize that.
Yeah.
That's why we talk like that.
Yeah.
It's normal for us to like that.
Of course.
We know each other. Even Jerry girl.
Yeah.
I grew up with Jerry girl. That's my neighbor. I grew up with her. But I've always been taught, if you're gonna hide something,
Yeah.
if you're gonna be ashamed, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Narcs know me from the 70s. Yeah, sometimes I'll get free Thai sticks from them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So to go, hey, who's dealing here? I already told you we're gonna be friends. You don't ask me questions like that. So, where's the Thai sticks? Yeah, for real. For real.
Nice.
That's the way I was.
So who's gonna build this boat?
I don't know, already it's being done. Run Faji, all these guys out here, right there in the other side of that.
So
the
they're
canoe
doing.
house.
So they're doing it already.
Already.
Okay.
Yeah, were you here for the fest pack?
I did not come down to the fast pack. I wasn't
Oh,
here.
you missed out on the canoes coming in from Palau, Saipan. Yeah, yeah, beautiful, man.
I probably want to get some footage of that later.
But it was embarrassing to me because all the natives were going, hi, come in, come in. Oh, yeah. That's a fun Harlem.
It's commercialized.
No English already. They're not natives. Man.
Yeah.
They don't know what respect is. They call themselves Chamorros. Tell them to grow marijuana in their yard.
Can we get back to the old ways? Is it
Well,
possible?
the old ways, as always would be the old ways. Today is 2018. When people say the old ways, they use it to negatively. That because of the old, it's impossible to do it today.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried it? The old ways, by culture, is the woman's the boss.
That's right. Financially,
The woman makes the decision.
they make all the decisions. They take care of all the property.
The only male that's really involved in decision making are the elders and the magalagi.
And they usually just hunt, gather the food, protect.
Everybody else works together. There's nobody starving. Everybody eats. Everybody works for one
How about
another.
old ways integrating with the modern ways?
That's how it works.
Is there a better way to do
Hey,
it than what we're
when
doing
you
right
work,
now?
how do you get your work done? Do you by yourself or you get the other crew members?
Yeah, you need to get other people to help you.
I just practice. See, we're not. See, when it comes to us ourselves, that kind of thinking does not enter the picture.
Yeah.
There's always a wall. But see how simple it was to be answered?
Yeah.
Because we're not taught to think like that for ourselves. It's always negative. Put a wall there.
Yeah.
Because why? And these people won't ask themselves, why do you? They got more to lose if you believe their lies. As long as you keep wanting them here because you believe them more than yourselves. Okay.
Yeah.
Then again, what's happening in the world today? Isn't it scary?
It's very scary.
What is Guam
Guam is a
in the
tip of
world
spear.
today?
Guam is a hotspot. Guam's right on the edge of
The tip of the spear, right?
like a flashpoint. Supposedly.
If you were the enemy, the general of America's enemy, knowing Guam, what Guam has and is, would you bypass in your strategic planning? Would you bypass Guam because those are good people, they're innocent?
I'm gonna have spies here.
No, when you made that decision, you already got your spies. But when you make that decision,
Oh, it's gone.
are you gonna press that button?
Of course.
I rest my case
Done
again.
deal.
So, why do we want to die for a country that got no respect for us, that don't even give a shit for us? And you put me down.
Yeah.
You won't. You know? Grow your marijuana, stop stealing. Stop stealing from your own. Grow your own. Front yard, backyard. Who gives a shit? Grow it. Then, when the police comes to arrest you, people versus Howard Hemsing. Understand there and say, hey, I'm not a U.S. citizen either. I want that decision. Because you're going to be dismissed with prejudice again.
Yeah.
Then you can not worry about the law at all. You're immune to it now. See, I stand on those grounds. That's why I do what I do. I got educated. That's why I'm a proud, uncivilized, educated savage. Yeah, I learned that from the white man.
You're your own man.
I'm also, that's a white man's thing. Individual thing.
Well, you care though.
I'm my family, I'm my culture, I'm my bloodline. Because if I had that mentality just for myself, I might as well stop what I'm doing.
If you had the mentality for yourself, I don't think you'd be on the show too.
No, that's why I would have to stop what I'm doing.
Exactly.
That's why everything I've been doing, not for me. I financed independence, done all of it. Oh, yeah. I gotta get new ones again. But there's an article I wrote years ago. It's in Honolulu now. It's signed. I put my signature.
Check that out, everybody. Got some documentation. From Howard here. What exactly is this documentation, sir?
Yeah, I do what I talk about. This one's in the military build-up office in Honolulu. It's signed. I autographed it.
Nice.
Because the employees, man. The
What-
employees, I make friends with the employees.
What does it say to tell the people at home?
This is read. Why Guam need to declare independence.
So this is an article that you wrote?
Yeah.
Oh,
I wrote that.
nice.
I also said read the Constitution, read the Organic Act, read the Albert Memmi, the colonizer and the colonizer. Read.
Can people look this up online? Can they see this online? This
If you
document?
make it clear.
Okay. So I believe you can look this up online, people who are watching. Let's take a snapshot of it. And this is an article that Howard wrote,
It's PDM. It's not the dates on it.
and the dates are on here. So take a look at it.
It's in PDM Journal. So that's published by PDM.
Okay.
And the workers for the Defense Department from Hawaii that came out here. Yeah. We're
saw
friends
that.
with them.
Wow.
But I'm not prejudiced. Yeah. Yeah,
You know you're not prejudiced.
I wanted a free laptop. She became my girlfriend. It's gonna be free. Guam humor, right? Guam humor.
Exactly.
But you know what?
We're very friendly.
If we do not take control of our motherland, having blood ties, it doesn't matter. There's no more fear.
Yeah.
That's an excuse of division. Keep on, right? You don't have, and then look at your name, Hemsing. So I go, why are you saying that? Beneventi or San Nicolas or Santos, you know, or Salas or San Augustine or Simisu. They all got foreigners' names too. And even Mendoza, even Mendiola. Yeah, it's all foreigners' names, man.
Right?
It's not our fault. Spain tried to genocide us. America tried to genocide us. Japan tried to genocide us.
Yeah.
Their intention was to kill us. Wipe us out.
And make us a base.
And I'm the asshole. Because I stand up for independence, Yankee go home.
Well, you know, to tell you the truth, I think that's changing. I think the perception of
I'm
who you
still
are-
not.
But it's not.
That's why I asked you, are you sure I'm Howard Hemsing. Are you
Yeah.
sure you want to interview me?
Yeah, but
Good.
10 years ago, this wouldn't have happened, right?
I've been approached
You've been approached
10 years ago.
10 years. But,
I'm still nothing.
but what I'm saying is,
Still nothing.
We're
That's
having-
why I said,
we're talking.
yeah. No, I've been talking like this.
Yeah,
I've been doing this since the 70s.
I believe you. But I don't think the perception of you now is
I'm still.
as.
Now they're realizing how right I am.
Now they realize how valuable.
No, some of them are realizing how right I am.
Yeah.
I've been right all along. Which is what I love. I love it when someone says, I gotta hold your hand. I wanna shake your hand. Because I listen to your words. And you always said, do not believe in what you say. Go research it. That is why I gotta shake your hand, because I went and researched. And you are right.
You gotta feel good about that.
That, from my heart,
Oh,
that
yeah.
always works.
Nice.
Because you know, me being who I am, being ripped off so many times, I go to flea market to make money, I come home, I'm ripped off. How many times? I come down here to Chamorro Village, I come home, I got ripped off again.
Wow.
Everything. Yeah. So I have to quit all of that. Yeah. So I go, okay. Then getting ripped off because I'm planting.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Because
Anybody that gets ripped off, it sucks.
I made it where I fought the law, where it made it very, very possible for you to use it. So you can grow too.
So you paid the way, and they're not taking advantage of it.
That's why I did it.
Yeah.
That's why I let it happen. I planned the whole thing out.
Maybe ignorant people.
I planned the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just like Philomore Apo, when he goes, how come you're so confident that you're going to win your case? That goes very simple. Yeah. Remember when we had our Friday nights here, and it was in December, and everybody already is going Happy New Year and all of that, and that's not mine. I don't honor January 1st. I honor the moon. I go by the phases of the moon, 13 months. And to prove my point, I'm going to tell you now what I'm going to do. I haven't done it yet. I haven't been there yet. I'm telling you now what's going to happen when I do go there. You go, what's that? I go, I'm going down to Atsukuntan. You know who Atsukuntan's rock is?
No.
The rock in Yumatek. Puntan is the creator. His sister, Fortna, used his body to create everything. By her order, by his order, his creation. Then I said, when I go down there, Puntan is going to give me something to prove to you that I'm right.
Okay.
10, 11 months later, I finally go down. I'm walking down from the hill. from the top were easier from the top, not from Lam Lam area,
Okay.
from Umatak area, closer. That's the trail. Plus, one foot, my right foot was still on clay, and my left foot just stepped on sand. A little creek there, the river. Just put my foot over, right on sand. And I hear this, Atem Papa. I heard the voice,
Yeah, yeah.
Atem Papa. This So when I mentioned Johnny Cake earlier about collection of artifacts,
Yeah.
I like to because we're the boys.
Yeah.
We do this to each other,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. You got all of those stuff in there, right? And at the house, what he has there, there's more in his house. But who's got the oldest? Who's got the oldest artifact on this island? And he just goes, because he knows. I got the oldest. I got from Punta,
Wow. That's it.
this piece. So the moon.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was what, 10, 11 months before.
That's awesome. Can you show us in the little higher? Show everybody? Just put in the camera? Okay.
This is from Punta,
Nice.
the creator who made where his sister created it. Then in anthropology though, guess what? I claim I have discovered the location of the Garden of Eden.
In anthropology.
Because of anthropology,
Okay, okay.
reading,
Uh,
getting knowledge. For all ancient societies have one thing in common. They all state in their own writing, in their own language, they all state their origins. Now all of them states they originated from the mountain range of the crescent moon. Common sense, where is it?
Yeah.
You have to ask yourself that question.
yeah, yeah.
Where is it? That's common sense.
The mountain range of the crescent moon.
So I found two. Ural Mountains and
Really?
one Muta sa Itan Pinyan all the way up. So just like the crescent moon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's on my portfolio.
Okay.
It's in there, the pictures in there. It's got Tanu Iboka Sinahi.
I need to look at that.
That's what it says in the language. Tanu Iboka Sinahi. The mountain range of the crescent moon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
So Boka ni the mountains.
Wow.
Sinahi the crescent moon. Tanu the land.
That's awesome.
We are the mountain range of the crescent moon. Now, if you go in the UV Earth satellite camera, you use that camera to go down. Tell me if that's man-made or natural, what you see down there in the ocean floor.
I'll look at it. I haven't seen it.
Go from north of Guam all the way up to Pagan Island.
Okay.
But when you come down with the photo,
I know there's like a ridge. Right?
no, the ridge is there.
Yeah.
But there's the seafloor right there. That's the trench.
Yeah.
That's the
yeah,
ridge.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
That's the one you can't see down.
Yeah, that's the one you can't see down. Okay.
The camera won't penetrate that yet.
Okay.
It's too narrow and too deep. I'm over a mile down more.
Wow.
They don't go down that far.
Has anybody else come up with this theory that you?
No, it's a theory, but even the amazing book with strange stories, it's a book,
Yeah.
hardcover. The second one came out with the theory of the location of the Garden of Eden. Is the Romanian, the India area, or the Lost Continental Moon. But the Lost Continental Moon, north of the Lost Continental Moon, is the mountain range of the crescent moon.
Which is Guam. You're talking about Lemuria.
Down there. The Polynesian, that area.
The missing continent
Right.
that they cannot find that could have very well have been
The The
Pacific Ocean, which could have been us, Hawaii, Australia, Micronesia.
But we were before that.
Okay. I understand.
The Garden of Eden, the origins of the human race. Now in tourism, I mean, Israel gets over 10 million tourists a year. Hawaii gets over 10 million tourists. But Israel gets it because of religion, right?
That's what they say.
Those are the facts.
That's the main factor.
Right.
Because of the,
Now, the Garden of Eden,
yeah.
I say over 15 million tourists a year.
If it was here, I think it would be more than 15 million. If it was the Garden of Eden.
We are the Garden of Eden.
If it was the Garden of Eden and you could go in there and smoke a joint. Well,
That's under independence. So when they talk about money, finance, economics,
yeah.
I'm talking over 15 million tourists.
Way more than we need. I don't think we can handle that infrastructure on the island. Because right now we get 1.7
Yeah,
million a year.
1.4 average.
1.4. Okay, I'll agree with you on that.
The 1.7 is the lucky year, but the average 1.8.
And to quadruple that to 15?
But it can be done.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's
Well,
not
it's
doable.
separated though. It's
Yeah.
shared.
You know, if that would happen, we'd be rich man. Of course.
But then again,
But the question is, would you want to be rich?
I want to be.
Or would you want to be able to give back because you have...
No, I want to live when I want to go somewhere. I want to go. I've already earned it.
Yeah.
So that's what I would love. I
You
love
want the
traveling.
freedom.
No, I love traveling, bring it back and sell it.
Okay. Yeah, understood.
Share.
Do you think, so let's get back to CNMI.
Well, it's only the House of Representatives, right?
Like, we already went to the House.
Yeah, it
It went
passed,
to the
but
House.
it's going to the other.
Basically, all it needs is a House signature and the governor's signature.
Because, I was reading it has to go to the other, the parliament
And that's,
or whatever
that's where
they
it
call
came
it.
from.
Yeah,
So it's already,
they used to have it before 1985.
yeah.
I was just saying, finally.
Because the question I've been asking the people today, even when I was at the mall, is if it works in CNMI, and this is for everybody else. I know you're independent and you're good to go already. So, but for everybody else, what should we start doing to make that happen here on Guam quicker? Because right now there's so much. It's gonna hurt the children. It's bad for religion. Oh, it's gonna destroy the fabric of society. What do
That's
you
why
think about it?
it has to be taught. You can't get a simple, it has to be taught. Oh, I remember when it was my time. Beatles came out in 1963. Ed Sullivan. Come back to Guam in 1964. And I was being yelled at. Every time I went to or any of my relatives' house. And I just got there and I go, why are you yelling at me? I just got there. But in the language.
Yeah.
And you go, well, you're no good. You're no good person. I go, why am I no good person? Me, I can ask these questions because I was raised by my grandma.
Yeah.
I got that knowledge. I go, why am I no good person? Because you got long hair.
Because you got long hair. Terrible.
In each of those houses, they had more than 10 pictures of Jesus Christ.
All long hair.
And I point to his picture. And I go, so he's worse than me, right?
It's worse.
And they go, this is then too. Like no respect, right? They go, you said I'm no good because I got long hair. His hair's longer. So he's worse, right? Shut up. And then I go to the icebox, open it. Sige mo dito na may pinang ko. Pero I sit down on the table. Nalang na may pinang ko. About 6 different fish. Now go heat up the food. Let's stop this talk. I'm hungry. What I do. I don't wait for them to say, because they'll never say I'm sorry,
Yeah.
because they're older than me.
Yeah.
But
They're not
they
good.
know I'm right.
They're not going to make mistakes.
So that's how I solve the problem.
Yeah.
I tell
You're
them.
smart. You're diplomatic.
I mean, I was raised by elders.
Yeah.
Works.
So education on Guam
Guam is vital.
to change the
It has to be
perception.
changed.
Yeah.
They talk about culture. Okay, where is culture?
Can I ask you this? Would you be interested in doing another kind of like a cannabis conference to help educate people? Would you be interested in doing something like that?
Well, something
from
like that.
growing to safe
I
practices?
don't have the materials to do the.
I would do that.
I'm going to be busy soon with writing letters to the different state departments.
Yeah.
Because I want to start going to Palau, Pohnpei, Samoa, Australia, Solomons, and start bringing in culture that they have over there
Yeah.
that we don't have here because of federal law
Yeah.
that we have to obey. So I'm going to start bringing that in
Okay.
to sell.
To sell.
So I'm looking for someone that can do writing for me.
Okay.
I need to promote that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to make my own, I'm going to be working on my own passport. Republic of the Sinahi Islands.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Passport. And I'm also will be promoting that. And my grounds with the United Nations is U.S. never honored any of the treaties. Even the Treaty of Paris was not honored.
Wow.
Because when it comes to indigenous rights, there's nothing protecting us. And it's in there.
Okay.
It's in the Treaty of Paris.
Well, there's people watching. You want to solicit somebody out here in the internet world to see if they can help you out. Why don't you say
I
that a
could
little more
always
clear?
I always need help. I do not lie, cheat, or steal from my money. If you want to help me, that's how I can get the help.
And what exactly do you need for help? To
Money.
get it? Money and what else?
That's it. I do everything else.
Okay.
Because I want to talk to students at UH, give them a contest. The one that wins to write for me will get a winning prize for that essay.
Okay.
You know, like an essay competition.
Yeah, a competition.
Right. Whoever is the best will get a winning prize because I will give the sample and I want it corrected, written down, edited, written right.
Yeah.
Okay? Whoever wins will get the job,
Okay.
and at the same time, whoever wins gets the contest money.
Okay. How can they reach you?
Well, I'll be advertising it up there at UOG.
At UOG.
Yeah, I'll be putting it up on the wall, advertising.
Okay.
Maybe talk to their professors, here's the game for it, because I want,
You want their participation.
because they've got to start learning.
Yeah. So this will be a initiative that you're gonna do.
I
at
want to do
UOG.
that. And the only way to do that is to have some money.
Okay.
Because it can be done. And at the same time, a student is poor.
Yeah.
That little money, it'll help. They'll be so happy.
Don't they have grants?
And then also I'll communicate with the professor where they can get a grade for it. Part of their special project.
Part of the special project.
See? Because you look for those things in that field.
Yeah.
You're helping them get experience at the same time.
Do you have any professors in mind that will help you with this?
I'm just going to talk to them. I'm not going to take any sides.
Yeah.
Because I'm more after the one that will say yes.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because politics
Yeah. Yeah.
at UOG is dangerous.
Because there's a new guy at UOG. You know that, right?
I'm not sure.
You gotta introduce yourself so he knows who you are.
I'll be introduced to him.
Mr. Christ. I think that's his name.
Because, UOG don't like me. I got kicked out twice.
Again.
70s and 90s. Because I stand up against them. I challenge their authority. So why?
Yeah.
This is not elementary school students, You work for them. They will work for you.
They're paying you.
Change your mentality.
Yeah.
Well, when they have, you say permit for alcohol. When they have a party, they don't have a permit.
Yeah, they don't.
Right.
I don't think they do it anymore.
So why do you insist on permit when you don't even do it?
Because they're special.
You're here for me. I'm not here for you.
Who's going to win the election?
I don't care the winner.
Who? Who not? Who do you want?
Honestly, to who I want to win, and if I was to vote, which I don't,
Yeah, because you're
Okay.
independent.
no, I would vote for Congress.
Okay.
Because why? Colors have done for the common people. That is a fact. And that's why I would vote for Congress.
Nice.
But even though I'm undiplomatic, I was very undiplomatic in Fiji. He was the governor then in the 1998 decolonized conference in Fiji.
You went?
I went, I represented my association UOG, right? The educational aspect of independence.
Nice.
So UOG paid for my way. But I was invited up to meet different ministers
Cool.
after the conference. When I got back to Guam, and I put a report in. Everything I made copies of and I gave it to Mark. It's in there. It's in Mark Library right now. So after I did all of that, I went to visit the decolonization committee where Leyland was the chair. What's his last name? A Howie guy? Right? And as soon as I walked in there, he goes, "Oh, it was reported that you were very undiplomatic in Fiji." And I looked at him and I go, in the first place, why you offended? I got nothing to do with you. Who are you? And thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. To me, that's a compliment. Because why? I was invited to meet with ministers in the capital. Your other two that you guys sent was never even bothered. But yet, since I'm so undiplomatic, has been reported, why was I invited to meet with ministers of different aspects of government, while yours was never asked? So I'm a good undiplomatic person, right?
You got all that press, hell yeah, why not?
I said, hey, it'll be coming out in March right there. Everything is there. And you know what's so shameful? Even the summary recap, the fact that end of the conference, Guam was not included in that final.
Wow. Not included.
Not, you don't even see one word of Guam in the final recap. So what are you so worried about? Undiplomatic?
We're not even in there.
I mean, shit.
Wow.
And I even said, you people there now, most of you were here where I'm standing. What happened to you? You're not going to give what? That opportunity? I represent my own people. I'm not wrong.
Wow.
Because you think government, you think, even these conferences for culture, language, and all of that, I go and go see it, you know. A lot of people will come up to me and goes, how come you're not one of the members of the panel for the questions and, you know, opening up and getting questions?
Yeah.
Stop asking, ask them. Well, ask the people doing this. I'm tired of being asked. Why aren't I up? You know? So when they say respect, or is it listening? Difference here. Because if it's respect, that was me being the chair, allow him there. He's got answers, And like he always said, don't believe him. He can back his words up. So he has to be put in for that better understanding to make a better decision.
For everybody,
That's why including.
not just one viewpoint. Okay, let's close it up,
Okay.
Howard.
Thank you.
Let's
All right.
close it up. What would you like to say as closing to everybody here on the internet that's watching?
Day from Guam, RSA, Republic of the Sinai Archipelago, not United States of America. I prefer though MI than USA, but my preference is RSA. That's it. That intro, USA, Guam, USA.
All right.
Okay, take care. I hope you ask me back. But I doubt it.
Okay, we're going to close it up, folks. Thank you for watching today's show. Once again, this is the Howard Experience, session number 13, coming to you live from Guam. We're at the Chamorro Village. My special guest today was Howard. We talked a lot of great story. You will be back on the show, by the way. We're going to talk about other stuff later. Again, we were at the mall today. Catch that show on another feed we have on the page. And we'll check everybody out later. Remember, free your mind. And thank you, Guam. And make sure that you vote this election year. We'll see you next time on the show. Peace out.
Well, this is for you.